Welcome back to another tutorial. Today I want to talk about indeterminate forms. Over here I have listed out these. These are considered indeterminate forms every time you see them. So I want to start with one question to kind of help us think about indeterminate forms. We have a function sine x over x. As limit approaches x, as x approaches 0, what would that value be? This is something that you might be already familiar with. If we have f of x is equal to sine x over x. If you have a graphing calculator, you can go ahead and graph that. But I will give you a sense of what it will look like. It will look like this. This is f of x equal to sine x over x. But what happens is that if you press the trace function on the calculator and bring it into as x equal to 0 right here, you will notice that it is an open circle, meaning that you have no value, no defined value as x approaches 0. So at x equal to 0, there is no value. But as x approaches 0, this value is located at y equal to 1. So we sort of know what this is. This answer is equal to 1. But how do we know that? But how do we even get there? Well, but before that, the problem that we have is we end up with this, right? We know that we can separate this out. If we simply apply 0 into x, we end up with 0 over 0. So 0 over 0 gives you an open circle. And that's the indeterminate form. But we also can actually think of it this way: limit as x approaches 0 on sine x times limit as x approaches 0 of 1 over x. In this case, you end up with 0 times limit as x approaches 0 for 1 over x. When you have an expression 1 over x as x approaches 0, you will end up with 1 over something gets smaller, smaller, smaller. Think of it this way. If we have 1 over, say 1, that's 1. 1 over something gets smaller than, as it approaches 0, say 0.1, that's 10, right? If you have 1 over 0.01, that's 100. 1 over 0.001 is 1000, and so on and so forth. So if you have something that is really, really small, then this will be really large. So eventually this whole thing will become infinity. So this is infinity. So you have 0 times infinity. In this case, 0 times infinity is also a indeterminate form. So looking at other, let's think of it this way. If you have 0 over 0 is an indeterminate form, one could also say, and then we also say 0 times infinity is also indeterminate form, because 0 over 0 ends up equal to 0 times infinity. But what about if you have 0 over 0? One could say that you have 1 over 0. Actually, let me help you think of it this way. If you have infinity over infinity, you can actually look at it as if you have 1 over 0, 1 over 0 divided by 1 over 0. But if you have 1 over 0 divided by 1 over 0, you can actually make it into 1 over 0 times 0 over 1, which gives you 0 over 0, which gives you the same thing, indeterminate form. So all these cases can be considered indeterminate form. Okay, see you next time.